Every correspondence you write can be organized following the functional outline. So you may be asking yourself, what does that mean? Every time I sit down to compose an email, a memo, or a letter, I work through the functional outline, which consists of 4 components. The first component of the functional outline is the news. The news is the what of your correspondence, the purpose. Are you informing, requesting, or persuading? The purpose of your memo or letter or email must be stated right away. Well, unless it's bad news, and then you might say something nice before you hit the reader with the bad news. Unlike composition or essay writing, you aren't going to have a long introductory paragraph before you get to your main point. Get to the main point in that first sentence. You want to launch right into the news. The second component of the functional outline is the reason or reasons. This is the why. What is your reason you're informing, requesting, or persuading? If you have more than one reason, it might be a good idea to separate your news from your reasons. Do not begin your memo or letter with your reason. For example, if you're writing to your professor to request an extension on an assignment that is due tomorrow, you don't begin by saying, "While I was writing the last sentence of the memo that is due tomorrow, my cat jumped on my computer, knocked over the cup of coffee on the desk, which spilled on my keyboard and frazzled it." Instead, begin with a request right away. Isn't this your purpose in writing to your professor? You want to start your email with something like, "This is to request an extension on our assignment 1 draft that is due tomorrow." The third component of the functional outline is the details. This is the where, the when, the who, the how. The details paragraph of your correspondence is all the support material which will back up your reasons. In that request for your extension of your assignment 1 draft, emailed to your professor, you would mention how you brought it down to the Geek Squad who were unable to recover the document. In the details section of your correspondence, it is important to think about how much detail your reader really needs to know to act on your request. There is a fine balance between too many details and too few details. You want to be concise, but complete in the details section of your correspondence. So we're ready for the fourth component. This is the action and or honey statements. It's very important when you sit down to write any piece of correspondence that you think about the answer to this question. What is it you want your reader to do when she or he finishes reading your memo, email, or letter? Don't summarize what you just said in your news section and your reason and your details. Do statements are sweetened with courtesy words such as please and I would appreciate if you would. Well, in the case of the cat eating your homework scenario, you might end with something like, I realize that you don't accept late assignments, but would it be possible to turn the assignment in on Friday for partial credit? Thank you for your understanding. Please let me know if this is acceptable. What do you want your reader to do when she finishes reading your email? Well, to let you know it's okay to turn it in on Friday, right? Don't stop at thank you for your understanding. It doesn't tell your reader what you want her to do when she finishes reading your email. Now, let's take a look at an example email that I got from a student last semester, and let's fix it. Okay, let's read through this email from Mike Miller. My MacBook will not let me see the week 14 assignment overview. Therefore, I cannot get to the Dropbox. I emailed myself my evaluation, have saved it on my old Dell, which has the old Microsoft Word version. Long story short, I've uploaded it into the Dropbox via my Dell, hoping it uploads in the Dropbox as a docx. However, I'm not sure whether or not it worked. Please let me know if you get it properly. Thank you. All right. Well, first of all, let's look at the first sentence because that should be the news. And it says, my MacBook will not let me see the week 14 assignment overview. So the first thing the reader is going to think is, so what does this have to do with me? So what? So where is the news? Is it I cannot get to the Dropbox? Is it I email myself my evaluation? If we look toward the end, this is actually the news. I'm not sure whether or not it worked. Well, of course, you're going to have to say what didn't work. The news is I'm not sure whether or not the document that I uploaded into the week 14 assignment overview Dropbox got in there. Right? Well, there are a lot of details in here that you're making your reader think, what? So what does this have to do with me? What is this is your problem? The news is I have a problem. I'm not sure whether or not my document got into the Dropbox. And then these are all the details about I have a MacBook. I couldn't get into it. I emailed myself. These are all the details. So the long story short, you don't want to do, because in business writing, it's got to be concise. So how are we going to fix this? So here's the revised version of this memo. Notice that the first paragraph here is you want to state the news. So I had a problem uploading my evaluation document into the week 14 Dropbox, and I'm not sure whether you received my submission. Right away, your reader knows that you are informing him or her about a problem. Notice I changed the subject heading to problem uploading my evaluation document. Now, also notice the use of white space. Even in a short email message, you're going to create white space for your reader so that your reader can easily identify those components of your functional outline. In the second paragraph are the details of your problem. My MacBook would not let me see the week 14 assignment overview, therefore I couldn't get to the Dropbox. I emailed myself my evaluation and have saved it on my old Dell, which has the old Microsoft Word version doc. I've uploaded it into the Dropbox via my Dell, hoping it uploads in the Dropbox as a docs, D-O-C-X. All right. These are the details. Now we get to the action or the honey statement. Remember, the action is what you want your reader to do about this problem you just outlined in your news. Please let me know if you get the document properly is the action. And an additional bit of honey there will be your thank you statement. So it's very important that in your last paragraph of your correspondence, you include an action statement followed with some honey. I hope you understand now the importance of organizing every piece of correspondence following the functional outline.